Hey, it's Soul with some patch 12.1 coverage. I want to say from the very start that this video is targeted towards the so-called casuals out there. You know, the ones who don't put too much focus on organized content, those raids and mythic keystone dungeons. So you're soloing, or you're with a buddy having a good time doing your own thing. So in this video, I'm going to preview what's to come for your playstyle around outdoor content, delves, and prey. What you'll be doing, what's the same, what is different, and what's improved. Please like this video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, and catch me where I'm live. Without spoiling, at the start of 12.1, you'll be introduced, or, well, reintroduced to each of these three game modes via questing. There's a whole campaign for the zone, including a bunch of side quests. These also lead you to the Vaults of Ula'tek, a subzone with lots of activities and rewards. Other quests will direct you to Astalor for prey and Valera for delves. As this is all part of the world content tier, these game modes have some new features to help them feel more tied together than they were in Season 1. But first, let's do an overview of the features. Let's start with the zone content. The Coiled Isles is the new zone, and on the surface is some of the usual stuff like world quests and rares. Curse Surges are a public event that starts up every 45 minutes, and it's a bit hard to solo, but that's an unlikely scenario early on in the patch. People are just going to be mobbing the place. There's a bit more to the surface level, but we'll get back to that a bit later. Below are the Vaults of Ula'tek, designed to be a kind of place you can casually jump in and out of, but also super lock in and hard grind until you collect all the things, including some seasonal player power. It's a no-fly zone, but only sort of, with lots of ways to zip around the zone. By gearing up, getting accustomed to the layout, and getting power-ups, you'll eventually become very comfortable, not unlike mastering like a platforming game. One of its main features is the Altar of Corrosion. It comes in two parts. One is a progression tree that offers local power-ups, as I mentioned, as well as combat buffs that can activate throughout midnight content, with the exception of course, dungeons, raids, and instance PvP. The other part to this altar is the Corrosive Codex, giving more power-ups that are once again limited to outdoor content and delves. This is unlocked naturally while completing outdoor content and is a bit more tightly paced. Running various world content will score you Corrosive Souls used to unlock your choice of power. The first one you get almost straight away for some sweet dopamine hits, so just choose wisely. As you unlock more and more through various world content and you eventually get all of them, you can eventually activate two of them at the same time, allowing for some sweet synergies that as you play and explore these powers, you'll start to figure out your favorites naturally. There are daily and weekly bonuses to your progression, but these systems, I guess, can be completed through a lot of hard grinding, so you can feel really powerful in the zone earlier and then get those currencies that much faster. It's not just for outdoor player power though. The season mid and late game will have you work in the outdoor game to score coins with which to buy up lots of cosmetics and a lot of unique decor, meaning for some of you, this could be forever content. Closely related, let's talk up prey. I'll start with the most welcome news. The whole kill something now affix, that's gone. There's no more sudden and obnoxious surge in urgency. There are some new affixes like sudden mob spawns and snares that come in the form of nets that you avoid or else, but I find these to be fairly manageable as long as you're staying awake. Also, don't mind the footage that we're using too much, like I'm playing as a tank here and I'm using PTR gear, so my dude is like super ripped. A new prey quest line will open a portal from Astalor's chamber to the hub on the new Coiled Isle zone and back, so it's a good idea to do this when you can. This will also unlock a new feature specific to the zone and introduce a new gameplay loop. You can talk to an NPC to curse yourself only in this zone, activating prey affixes even if you're not targeting anything. What this does is allow you to farm up ossified relics, which you can turn into a local altar and summon a rare, which will give you currencies to power up your altar, it'll give you crests and other useful stuff, and you can defeat this multiple times for diminishing but constant returns. I couldn't test this myself, but in theory, we might be able to just camp these sites as they appear and farm bosses that other people summon. That'd be really helpful. Prey rewards are mostly unchanged, as in, you get champion gear from nightmare hunts and credit towards hero gear in the vault. One neat addition comes if you also run delves. Later in the reward track, you can unlock a new item that can drop from delves, which basically lets you skip the hunt and go straight to your nightmare prey target, and even get a bonus gear drop. This gets even better in later weeks when the gear drops from these bonuses are on the hero track. So as the season chugs along, you'll be able to streamline your weekly routine before moving on to other things. This will be especially lucrative for freshly leveled alts. The timing of these unlocks is very intentional too, I think. From the rear of things, this bonus will kick in around the time the 12.1.5 patch might drop. We can think of it as knowing what the mid-season boosts are going to be like a few months in advance. Let's take a quick look at delves. Valeera is going to have a new round of combat and utility curios as usual, but will also introduce optional poisons to help you in combat, and these help to better synergize whatever role combination you want to use. Most of the vibe from delves will feel the same, but with two significant changes. A new buff will be unlocked early in the delve track, which gives a chance of finding a Shrine of Abundance in bountiful delves. Finding these will make your end of delve rewards like supercharged, so it's like more of everything from gear to crests and other resources. It'll make early gearing through delves really powerful for mains and alts throughout the season. And as mentioned in the prey section, delves will eventually start dropping items to accelerate prey hunts, which will help to make a very interesting loop. So how does this all roll together? At least at the start of the patch and season, there's going to be a bit of feeling around, as we get used to the features and activities, because let's also not forget the previous zones are still going to be relevant. Between world quests and zone activities, ritual sites, and the otherworldly zones, there's a lot to do. It really just depends on what you're trying to achieve still. Weekly quests in Silvermoon, those are there to give crafting sparks with some questing structure if needed, and there's a new additional quest not unlike the Titan Disc quest from The War Within that just asks you to do really anything world related to progress towards another weekly chest of goodies. But between delves and prey, there's a new loop emerging. Let's go through the world content again real quick, this time with a focus on weekly rewards. Now, as said, season content is being refreshed for Season 2, so we can get all of that out of the way. We'll just have it tucked into this nice little box. There's a weekly in the vaults of Ula'tek that gives a ton of stuff, including progression for your altar, and even a Trove Hunter's bounty to spawn the hidden trove in a delve. That makes it not so different from the Prey Weekly Nightmare quest that rewards the item to some of the delve nemesis, which, as a reminder, it's warbound. A few weeks into Season 2, Prey Progression or Prey-gression, running higher level delves will award that item to help you instantly clear Prey, and this item is also warbound. Also consider working the altar for zone buffs and bonus powers. It's shared across the warbands, shared currencies and all. So I'm not surprised I'm suggesting the Vault of Ula'tek as your first major stop at the start of your week. Complete the weekly, then go into delves to get the hidden troves, get your prey bonus items, and then jump into prey for a quick clear. And it'll be great for alts to skip some steps and have boosts from the altar. I'm super excited for these new world content offerings. It's a ton to do and collect for those of us who are less interested in late endgame content. And what's more is what this all might lead to. According to the Midnight Roadmap, there'll be some systems and content updates along with Labyrinths in patch 12.1.5. Labyrinths is meant to be a more epic but still delve-like experience folks can solo or run with a small group. We don't know if the powers from the altar will apply here. A part of me says, sure, why not? But we know very little about Labyrinths anyway, so we'll just have to wait and see, but there's certainly going to be work we can do ahead of it. Let us know what you think in a comment below. Please like this video, subscribe for more WoW coverage, catch me live, and I'll catch you later. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.